So if you watched my last video about wearing a bright color and referring to the inaugural process, I wanted to bring up one last topic today along that same line. I was reading about how some of the clothing worn at the inauguration was considered a little bit inappropriate for the event. And when I read it, I thought hard about it, and it made me think about a couple of things. And one of the things that I thought about was when I was growing up, we dressed up just to go on an airplane and fly somewhere. It was considered an event. We dressed up for church. These days, people don't dress up for very many things anymore. But sometimes there's just certain events that require a certain protocol for how you should dress. An inauguration, even though most of us will never go to an inauguration, nor will I, what I'm wearing today is I'm going to try to show you just a little bit of a compare and contrast kind of a thing. What I'm wearing is not something appropriate for an inauguration. It's too short, which maybe it's okay for some other event, but not for something formal. And the whole look is just like, it just doesn't suit the occasion. And this applies to men as well as women. There are certain times that it's okay to wear sweats and shorts. It's okay to wear something short. And then there's other times where just something a little bit more appropriate is what to wear. And I think what happens is a lot of people think that, wearing something appropriate is either boring or frumpy or grandma-like. And it doesn't have to be. I look at what I wear and the event I'm going to. The way I dress actually acts as a form of respect. Respect is something I hold very strong. I think in a relationship, if you don't have respect, I don't see how you can have a relationship. If you go somewhere and you don't dress appropriate to the occasion, it really shows a sign of disrespect. Even if it's something like a wedding. If you think about weddings these days, they cost a small fortune. People spend a lot of time and money. They use event planners. The flowers and everything is just like over the top. And I think the expectation is to show a little respect for the people and the effort that they put into this wedding is you dress appropriately. And I don't know, I think maybe if you want to argue this point, you could. There are just some people that just say, I don't care what you think about the way I dress. I'm going to dress however I want. But I still say that it's a form of not showing respect. And there are ways of dressing appropriately that you don't have to look like a frumpy grandma. So let me show you one idea. Even though my closet doesn't have something appropriate for an inauguration, I'm going to show you what would be not quite so short as this. So if you have something that's a little bit more formal, you want to keep things basic and simple and appropriate, this is a really pretty sheath dress. Yes, it's very plain. It's very simple. You can very easily pair it with a gorgeous pair of stiletto heels that are also very basic and very simple, but give the perfect accent to something that's very basic and appropriate. You can add an ankle bracelet and some beautiful earrings. And if you wanted to, you could add what the First Lady did by adding this hat, a hat very similar to this. and give it kind of that kind of a look. But she pulled it off. I don't think I could. I wouldn't do it. But then what happens is when you go off to the parties at night, and then you can dress up. But again, I think that keeping it simple and classic keeps it appropriate, keeps it respectful, and then you can move on to having fun, because it's not like when you dress like very basic, whether maybe you're going to a repast, maybe you're something that, you're not really going to dress up. Then you want to keep it basic so everybody's comfortable and you show respect. And I really think that that is a good way to look at dressing yourself. So let's talk a little bit more about dressing up. So however you look at the occasion that you may be going to, just keep in mind how you dress. Many times we look at situations on a first impression, and we want to maybe not be so concerned about first impression as we want to appear as though we respect where we're at. It's an important foundation of our relationships and all that we do in life. And there's nothing stopping you from wearing something very basic and wear this gorgeous Tony Bianco heel like I'm wearing. And the same thing applies to men, taking a few extra minutes to really try to look your best and look appropriate for the occasion, I think says a lot about yourself. And I just think that it's the appropriate thing to do. You can leave a comment and tell me what you think. And life is very different now. We've really gotten much more casual as a society now. And I don't see as many, I just don't even really see that many women dressing up at restaurants and weddings as we once used to. And I'm happy to report I'm not one of them, but that's just how society seems to be today. So please subscribe, give me a thumbs up. Have a wonderful weekend. Leave me a comment. And as always, thanks for watching, and see you at the next video.